Hi, I'm Van from QuestMasters, and this episode is a quest to the Seneca Quarry and nearby stone mill. The Seneca Quarry is a historic site located at Seneca, Montgomery County, Maryland. It is located along the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal on the north bank of the Potomac River, just west of the Seneca Creek. The quarry was a source of stone for two Potomac River canals. The Potomac Canal opened in 1802 and officially known as the Great Falls Skirting Canal on the Virginia side of the Great Falls, and the C&O Canal, having supplied red sandstone for the canal and locks 9, 11, 15, 27, and 30, plus the accompanying lock houses and Aqueduct No. 1, better known as the Seneca Aqueduct, which was constructed from 1828 to 1833. The Seneca red sandstone, known as redstone as seen here, was quarried from this location and used for the Smithsonian Castle in Washington, D.C., which was built between 1849 and 1855. The stone was originally described as lilac gray in color when quarried, but turned rusty red as it weathered. The Seneca Quarry provided the stone for hundreds of buildings around Washington, D.C. area, including houses in the DuPont Circle and Adams Morgan area, the James Renwick Jr. designated Trinity Episcopal Church, which was built in 1849 and demolished in 1936, Luther Place Memorial Church, built in 1873, and the D.C. Jail, built in the 1870s. Montgomery C. Meigs purchased the government quarry nearby for the Washington Aqueduct project in the 1850s, and that quarry provided stone for the parapet of the Union Arch Bridge, better known as the Cabin John Bridge, the Washington Aqueduct Dam at Great Falls, as well as the McClellan Gate at Arlington National Cemetery, and the mile-long boundary wall that surrounds the cemetery. Numerous quarries operated on the 1-mile stretch of the Potomac River south of the Seneca Creek. The C&O Canal provided a way for the heavy sandstone to reach Washington, D.C. market. The quarry's success is attributed to the canal. The Peter family of Georgetown, which built Tudor Place, operated the quarry from 1881 until 1866. John P.C. Peter, the great-grandson of Martha Washington, made the quarry into a commercial success by utilizing the C&O and winning the bid to supply the red sandstone for the Smithsonian Castle. Peter built the stone-cutting mill, drawing power from the adjacent canal turning basin. He also built a miniature of Tudor Place near the quarry called Montevideo, now owned by the Kiplinger family. After the American Civil War, the Seneca Sandstone Company purchased the quarry in 1866, expanding the stone-cutting mill in 1868, which is what you see here. The mill went bankrupt in 1876 after financial mismanagement. The mill was then closed for 7 years. In 1883, the Potomac Red Sandstone Company reopened the quarry, but only operated it until 1889, when the Great Flood of 1889, also known as the Johnstown Flood, knocked out the C&O Canal for 2 years. That flood was a catastrophic failure of the South Fork Dam in Pennsylvania, which killed 2,208 people of Johnstown. Baltimore quarry operator John Mann purchased the Seneca Quarry in 1891 and operated it for the next decade. By 1901, quarrying operations had stopped as the quality of the rock diminished and Victorian architecture was no longer in vogue. The Seneca Quarry is now overgrown with sycamore trees, tulip poplars, and dense brush known as wild rose. The property includes the ruins of the stone-cutting mill, located at the junction of Seneca Creek and the C&O Canal, just northwest of the aqueduct, and the restored quarrymaster's house, which is located within the Seneca Creek State Park. The quarry proper, Seneca Aqueduct, and the quarry cemetery are all part of the Chesapeake and Ohio National Historic Park. The quarry falls within the boundaries of the Seneca Historic District. Seneca Quarry was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1973. I hope you've enjoyed the short history and video of the Seneca Quarry and Stone Mill. Please follow QuestMasters for more videos and history adventures.